The regular season for season number 3 has come to an end, and we aren't heading to the offseason. We are heading to the postseason. That is right. We have won the AL East. That is a fantastic thing to say here in season number 3. And we are here. We are ready to get to the postseason. So let's wrap up this season here before we get into the postseason. As you can see, we ended up with 98 victories, a 10-game lead over the Rays, who ended up getting one of the wild card spots. They faltered down the stretch, 1-9. They really did. They played poorly. They fell out of it. We didn't even have to play the final 2 series since we clinched everything up. But yeah, 98 wins is an AL East victory, which is awesome. Awesome to say. Cleveland wins the Central. They had a nice 9-game lead over the Tigers, who get that other wild card spot. With the White Sox, man, they just missed out by a game. And the Mariners actually have the best record in baseball. 103 wins with a 20-game lead over the Angels. No Mike Trout in the playoffs again. That's a shame. Rays and Tigers are your wild card. Your White Sox finished a game out. Yankees, 2 games out. You can see the last 10 for all those teams. Not very good. It's not like anybody made a nice run at the end. Braves and Mets in the East, with the Phillies only a game and a half out. And it looks like the Braves played 1 less game as well. Man, that is interesting there. Brewers win the division by only a game over the Cubs. So some of these NL divisions were very, very close. I mean, very close when you have 3 teams within a game and a half. And the Dodgers, they didn't make it close. 19-game win. With their 102 victories, best record in the AL. Yeah, Cubs and Mets a wild card. Phillies just a game out. They lost the final 3 of the season. So if they would have just won one of those games, you're probably having a playoff game. But man, that's tough. That is tough right there. So let's get into season statistics. Mountcastle leads us with hits with 183. Devers 182. Mullins 177. Ramon Urias 176. Great season. Fantastic. Mullins ends up with 40. So we have 5 guys that hit over 30-plus home runs. So I'm telling you, the order coming in, I know when you get into the playoffs, you're going to face better pitching. But, man, we have some mashers 1 through 5, and it's going to be tough to get through that lineup. We're going to need some help, obviously, at the bottom of the lineup. That's what you're going to need during the playoffs. You need those guys to really step up at the bottom of the order. Hopefully, Taron Vavra can do that. Brent Rooker, 325 won this season. I mean, these guys really, we just threw in there due to injuries, and they just stood out, and they played well, and that's what I'm thinking. We have the mashers 1 through 5, as Rushman got his average up to 291. You can see we continue to go down the list here, and we're almost at the bottom, and you got Mancini, who's hitting 280. So this lineup is outstanding. Brent Rooker with an 1,000 OPS, Mountcastle at 981. As Jordan Westberg ended up the season very well, 925 OPS. And this lineup is, I'd say 1 through 9 to me is the best. I think 1 through 5 were easily the best. If you go down the rest of the way, you could say there's a few weak spots, but I don't know. The way these guys are hitting, it's not like Rooker or Vavra just had a little stretch run. I mean, they've been consistently hitting like that the entire, the whole time they have been up. That's why they've never gone down. You see, Rooker has the best ISO on the team. They never went down. And they continue to hit. And they play, Rooker struggles a little bit on defense. Vavra's a very good defender. But they continue to hit. And I think they're going to help us come this postseason. There's no doubt about it. We'll obviously rely on our top guys, but they have been fantastic. Jamison Taillon, 20 wins on the season. Leads the major leagues, I believe. We'll see here in a second. John Means with 19. DL Hall and Grayson Rodriguez struggled a little bit near the end of the season, but we'll see. I don't know if we're going to go with a 3-man rotation because Gomber was fantastic. I don't know if we go with a 3-man rotation in the postseason or we just go with maybe a 4-man rotation. I don't think we have to go 5. I think depending how series play out. The first series against, we'll see who we play here in a second. First series is a 5-game series, obviously, since we're not on the wild card round. I think we just stick with a 3-man rotation. We can just stick with Taillon, Means, and Gomber for there. Obviously, just leave Rodriguez and Hall in the bullpen. But we could stick with a 3-man rotation. Hopefully, we get out of that round and we head to the AL Championship Series, ALCS, and then there we can kind of decide what we want to do. But let's just, I guess, really worry about one game at a time, but I'm thinking for sure in this series we definitely go to a 3-man rotation. John Means had a fantastic season. 5.8 WAR. He led us in complete games. He was great. Grayson Rodriguez did have over a 10K per 9, and his walks dropped a little bit. Home runs down as well. Just giving up too many hits. That's really the big thing. As we go to the league leader, you can see that actually, I believe, Giancarlo Stanton wins the Triple Crown. Leads in average, 54 homers, leads in that, and leads in an RBI at 138, with Devers actually finishing second behind him. Runs goes to Cedric Mullins, so that is awesome to see. Mike Trout, Mike Trout just continues to do it. I believe him and Stanton are about at 430 to near 440 home runs for the career. So I think probably next year. Maybe not next year. I have to see what the exact numbers are, but either this coming up season or the year after, both guys could possibly finish, I don't know if their careers will be over, but they'll get over 500 home runs. And Mike Trout, I tell you what, I just feel so bad for this dude. He has been the best player in baseball for so long. And once again here, even in this season, does not reach the postseason. And I would love to see him in the postseason. I really would. Facing him, I don't think we're going to trade for him, obviously. I don't think the Angels would ever give him up. I don't think that's even a possibility. But it's just a shame a guy like that with such talent just cannot even get into the postseason. And he can't really, show that he is the best player in baseball. Show how Hall of Fame worthy he is to maybe possibly get a championship or at least, get a nice run in the playoffs and show what he can do. Man, that's a tough deal. So I would love to see Trout in. Like I said, I don't think we'll ever make a trade for him. You could possibly try, but I don't think it would ever happen. But you can see Stanton wins the MVP, but right behind him is Trout. And then Devers right behind him. Acuna's going to win the NL MVP, 53 home runs, 143 RBI. And Jamison Taillon wins the Cy Young, 20-4. He has been great the entire season. I don't think that's much of a surprise there. I'm really surprised Means wasn't at least in the top 3, though. As for the batting title, Stanton with a 333 average, he wins that. National League's going to go to Jorge Soler, even though he tied with Freddie Freeman, maybe just a little bit more at bats or maybe just a few more hits depending on how they go. Kenley Jansen's going to win the reliever of the year. Really glad we brought him back because he has just continued to be that stopper in that 9th inning, the best closer obviously in the game, and that'll really help you come postseason time. There's no doubt about it. Hank Aaron Award, Trout. You can see that he just continues every year. He has had it every year in this franchise. As we go through the Gold Gloves, Adley Rutschman's going to add his second Gold Glove, won one last year. He's going to win a second one here. And same with Mountcastle, adds another one. He's got 3 straight. Anybody else here on this list that we have Gold Gloves? We got Austin Hayes finishes down there. Just missing out. But Colton Cowser will get himself a Gold Glove. So Colton Cowser, you're a Gold Glove winner. You can see the defense we have. It's a fantastic defense, and that helps out your pitching even more when you have those guys behind you and you can rely on them. You don't really have to worry about, letting up contact of the ball. You don't have to worry about striking out guys. When you can let those balls get by and you know for sure those guys out there are going to make spectacular plays. They're not going to screw up. They're going to do you good. It's just so much more confidence as a pitcher that you can go out there and do your things. Silver Slugger, Mullins is going to win himself one. Missed out last year, but the year before that, first year of the French, he gets one. So another Silver Slugger there for Mullins. Devers is going to win him a Silver Slugger. You can see he's on the list, 2 with Boston, now here with 1 with Baltimore. Mountcastle is going to win himself another Silver Slugger. Rutschman just finishing out of Salvador Perez. So here is the bracket. So we're taking on Cleveland. It's going to be a tough series. They are a very good team. They're top 3 run producers out there. They don't allow a lot of runs. They are good. You got Detroit, Tampa Bay is the wild card. They'll go to Seattle. In the NL, Atlanta taking on Milwaukee, and the Dodgers will await the winner of the Cubs and the Mets series. So that is your playoff matchup. Like I said, we got Cleveland. They are a fantastic team. It's going to be a tough one. It's really going to be a tough series. And really, anytime it's going to be tough when you get into the postseason. But Game 1 will be tomorrow, Monday. And then we'll just do Game 1. And then the next one will be probably Games 2 and 3 together. That's either going to be Tuesday or Wednesday, not sure yet. But look out for Game 1 tomorrow. I can't wait to get this postseason going. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we are ready for Game number 1. I will see you guys in the next one. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.